we are in a fucking crisis, a pandemic with this single mother and shit. But it is a proven fact that single mother households produce the worst product.
Facts. That's
It's a
100% fact, yeah.
If you take two parent households, single father household, single mother household, statistically based on facts, the household with the woman heading it by herself produces the worst product. And for our people, for black people, for African American people, those single mother households are the reason why prisons are filled with a good majority of our
You are 100%
people,
right.
So these are facts. You sit this on the table. Here go the fact. And then you say, so y'all need to start valuing men being involved in the lives of your children. I can't make you be with your baby daddy, or we can't say that somebody has to stay with somebody, because we know that children are being born out of situations where the two people aren't healthy together.
Yeah.
But you having access to a man and a woman during your upbringing needs to be brought back. I gotta laugh when I say this, because you know the females get so mad. But
we need to ban divorce. We need to ban alimony. We need to ban child support. Women should not be rewarded for making the wrong decision. No way. No. Levy Television says, nah, bro, she's asking for $20K for what you put her through. Jesus Christ. Oh, being a housewife is so hard. My husband was mean to me sometime, and now you deserve $20K a month? Do you guys live in absolute delusion? What the do you need $20K a month? You know what's so funny? I'm going to tell you what's so funny. The richest people I know don't live like that are the most wealthy. They don't need $20K a month. And it's these idiotic women that ruin it for women that actually want traditional outcomes. Ladies, let's talk to the traditional women out there. The women that want to be married, that want to be wives, that want to be mothers. We need to start shaming this. This stuff is so dead. I'm so tired of seeing it. I'm so tired. And I'm so tired of women defending this shit. Prenups are not foolproof, and the problem is traditional men are punished.
Majority of women out here are broken and are looking for a man to save them. A lot of women got mommy issues. A lot of women got daddy issues. A lot of women got baggage. And they want their man to be able to solve all their issues. Oh, I want you to make me feel loved. I want you to help me heal my childhood trauma. I want you to validate me. The list goes on and on of all the things that they want from their man. A lot of these women don't heal from anything. They haven't healed from their childhood trauma, from the daddy not being there, from the mama not being there. They haven't healed from the first boyfriend ever that did them wrong or that cheated on them. They haven't dealt with anything, and that's why they get with a man who is fine, don't got no problems, don't got no issues. They get with him, start going through his phone, start giving him a headache, start treating him bad, start being rude and disrespectful to him because they're not comfortable with how stable-minded he is. They're used to chaos. So they don't see you operating in chaos, and so now they gotta inflict chaos upon you so that they can feel like they're on the same playing field. Majority of women out here are broken and are looking for a man to save them. A lot of women got mommy issues. A lot of women got daddy issues. A lot of women got baggage. And they want their man to be able to solve all their issues. Oh, I want you to make me feel loved. I want you to help me heal my childhood trauma. I want you to validate me. The list goes on and on of all the things that they want from their man. A lot of these women don't heal from anything. They haven't healed from their childhood trauma, from the daddy not being there, from the mama not being there. They haven't healed from the first boyfriend ever that did them wrong or that cheated on them. They haven't dealt with anything, and that's why they get with a man who is fine, don't got no problems, don't got no issues. They get with him, start going through his phone, start giving him a headache, start treating him bad, start being rude and disrespectful to him because they're not comfortable with how stable-minded he is. They're used to chaos. So they don't see you operating in chaos, and so now they gotta inflict chaos upon you so that they can feel like they're on the same playing field.
I'm tired of hearing pussy is power. It's trash. Throw it out. It's a gabillion good coochies out here. If your man gives you a blueprint and tells you, this is how I want you to love me, this is how I want you to tend to me, cater to me, nurture me, whatever, so that I could be content in this relationship, why are you not listening? You don't go to a job and they give you the job description and you fucking wing it. So why are you winging it in your relationship and expecting the man to, be loyal to you? I'm confused. But you want a man to love you in your love language. Women need to stop that one-sided ish. I can't stand it. I don't like it. If you two choose to come together and y'all verbalize things, why not respect it? Don't you think that would make the relationship go much easier? It's like y'all make it harder and then you wonder why this man is unhappy. He told you what he wanted, Latasha. You didn't listen because you thought your pork chop was enough to keep him. It's a lot of pork chops out here. Do better.
No matter what you do, your woman is mad at you. If you work all the time, why you work all the time? You ain't never home. You always leaving me. I hate this shit. If you home all the time, why you all up under me? Let me get some fucking room to breathe. Damn, stop sweating me. I hate this shit. If you make more money than her, fuck you. I want to make decisions too. You ain't my fucking daddy. I don't need you to take care of me. I hate this shit. If she makes more money than you, you broke motherfucker. You never have no fucking money. Fuck this shit. I don't want to make all these decisions. I need to be taken care of. I hate this shit. I can't take it. And the number one reason your woman's always mad, fellas, the number one reason your woman is pissed the fuck off, because you ain't her first choice.
The best comedy is always talking about unflattering truths, and it's very obvious Chris Rock is aware that 80% of women want 20% of men, and when that inevitably fails for a lot of these women, they end up with men who weren't their first choice.
Where are the men? What happened?
That is a really good question.
I don't know who's to blame.
I could think of a couple possible answers in regards to who's to blame, as I'm sure we all could.
Men don't want to be men anymore.
It's not that they don't want to be men anymore. It's that they've been told over and over again by society and various other groups of people that they're full of toxic masculinity, and the traditional ways in which many men behave is no longer wanted by a large number of people.
I feel like we're around a bunch of Peter Pan. What happened to men and values and family?
What motivation do men really have to act like men when all they get in return is condemnation, criticism, and disparagement?
Taking care of their women and just being the man and the protector.
Let's not forget the large number of women out there that are constantly saying,
I don't need a man. I don't need a man for nothing.
so yeah, that's what's happened to men.
Every man is so freaking competitive, okay? Men compete over sports, over strength, over money, over their career path, everything. They compete over women. They compete over everything. It is in their nature. When you know this, remember, if you want to be his dream girl and the woman he's pursuing and chasing, to not compete with him. And this is why they like feminine women, because feminine women are soft and they trigger his instinct to protect her, to chase her and pursue her. I will give examples later in another TikTok video tonight about this, so keep an eye out. But let me explain this psychology to you. The more you're independent and girl bossing, and I don't care about your career or money, that's fine. You can still have your own money. I'm making my own money, even though my man always said, I'm going to retire, you like don't care. And I was like, no, I still want my career in my own life. Anyway. So it does not matter. It's the energy. It's not which car you drive, how much money you make, if you make more money than him, all that stuff. It's the energy. And what I mean by this is, when you're having a conversation with him, when you're sitting over dinner, when you're together in the household and something comes up and you're criticizing him, you're complaining about what he's doing, you're complaining over his actions, or you interrupt when he's speaking and sort of say, no, actually I know this better. Actually, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you trigger his instinct to compete with you because you want to be right, you always want to be the one in charge of the household, everything he's doing, you always want to do it better, what you're triggering is the masculine instinct to compete. And it's the dumbest thing as a woman you could do, because then he doesn't see you as the feminine dream girl that he wants to protect. Even though this sounds toxic, it's the truth, it's psychology, okay? And I wish more women knew this, because nobody talks about it, because everyone's like, women are so independent. Yeah, that's good, but if you want to be satisfied in your relationship, marriage, long-term commitments, whatever it is, even in your dating, be smart, play dumb. Don't dumb it down, become an airhead. That's not what I mean. But let him shine. Let him have his hero moment, okay? Because when he has his hero moment, he will feel smart, because he's a problem solver. When he feels like the man, he doesn't feel emasculated by you. He doesn't feel like he's competing with you. He will actually look at you like, oh my God, I'm competing in every area of my life. Work, gym, whatever it is. The moment I come home to my feminine wife, I feel like I want to protect her. I can be the man again. I can just be. And that will trigger his persuasion. Like, he wants to chase you. He wants to earn your praise, because every time he's doing something, you are praising him instead of telling him off. So also, another good tip, this is how you get him to do more things for you in the household, not by telling him off, but by every time praising it, stroking his ego, make him feel good, reward him when he does something, even though it's probably not as probably done as you wanted it to do in the first place. Because let's be honest, men are pretty shit at cooking and folding laundry. But be smart, play dumb. Have the upper hand in the long term by stroking his ego, making him feel like the man, letting him have his hero moment, because if he feels that he's in control, he will want to do more things for you. So, be smart, play dumb.
I was influenced by my friends to leave my husband. Now I feel so lonely. I have so far dated 5 men who have slept with me and left without no respect. All my friends are now married and I want to go back to my husband. Listen to this story. As usual, we learn from it and leave comment below. How can I go back to my husband? I divorced my husband out of group influence last year in 2023. I started working as a nurse and my friends told me that I could do without a man. So I got motivation from my friends and left my husband. As I am talking, 2 of my friends who advised me to leave my marriage got married recently. I feel lonely and I can't find another man. So far, I have dated 5 men and they just sleep with me and go. These men, despite dating me, they never respected me, owing the fact that I am not attractive because I am in my 30s. One of my boyfriend got married to a young girl recently, leaving me heartbroken. I am tired and I need to be in my house with my loving husband. My actions were out of immaturity and wrong advice from evil friends. I realized my mistake. How can I convince him to allow me back? How can I persuade my husband? Friends and people pleasers. I think I've spoken about this a time without a number, but this 2024 I said I'm going to be telling you the truth, so I am not going to get tired. So I've always advised men to marry ladies who find fulfillment deep within them, who don't find validation from people, who are not people pleasers. You know, you want to do anything and everything so that you can accommodate people. Yeah, and this is one of the things which is causing a lot of divorce and separations in these marriages. For instance, your husband is not comfortable with a certain group of people, of friends, and then for you, you think that I want to make these girls know that I am the best friend they can ever have. You're taking bullet for people who cannot even allow someone to slap them on your behalf. You are being stupid. You're being silly, you know. And the more friends you have, the more weaknesses you have. So you want someone so that you can be able to be seeking validations and also someone to help boost your ego. And it is so common that girls who have made it in life and they don't have this self-fulfillment, they want people who are lower than them in all aspects in life, so that they can be able to feel as if they're the ones who have made it in that particular group. At the end of the day, you lose things that matters to you because you want to go down to the same level they are. For instance, this girl was married and the friends were not. So because she wanted to go to their level, she decided to leave her husband. The moment she left, they got married. Now she is trying to get to the same level with him. That is why she has dated 5 men within a span of time, which she has not been able to, get any man who is interested in anything, commitment, even girlfriend. They are not interested. They end up sleeping with her and leaving. Now she is ready to go back to the husband so that she can be able to belong to that group of married friends. It's so unfortunate. And it is because of this kind of friends that we may end up doing wrong decisions. It is because of this kind of friends that we end up making wrong decisions, because we want to belong to the same level, we want to make them happy, and we want to, show them that we can do anything for them. Another thing that I said, the grass is not greener anywhere. It is raining everywhere. So if you're this kind of a person who wants so much to be in marriage, learn to respect your husband, learn to love your husband, and learn to make him understand these are things that I don't like, these are things that I like. There is this term of narcissist, toxic, and every other lady is using that term even though the husband has done the slight mistake, because your husband did something, because human is to err anyway. He did something, and because you have heard feminists talk about narcissist, you think now this is a narcissist person and I need to leave. Work on your marriage. Let me tell you, I have seen a lot of ladies who have left their husband and they wish they could be able to go back there, because the people they saw when they were in that marriage, when they got there, have you ever gone to a field and you're trying to get somewhere to relax? Unatembea, you see somewhere green, you try to go there, unaona hapana, there is a better place there. You end up going around the field and you're not going to get anything better. I'm not saying as long as that person is not abusive, akupigi, that person is not a serial cheater. There's some mistakes that we cannot put up with because we feel as if, other ladies are single, so can I. There are people who belong to the street. There are people who are okay when they're single. But if you're this kind of a person who admire, who want to be in marriage, who treasure marriage, then you need to work on it. If you see men who are treating their women well, it means then it's two-way. Their women are good. You cannot compare yourself to a person who is being treated well when you're not giving the same treatment to your husband. So in short, what I want to say is learn to be yourself. Learn to be yourself. And for me, I think I have ever shown you one lady who I told you she was my friend once. You will never see me in a group of friends. It will never happen. Even if you scroll down my videos hapa kwa TikTok, you will never see me ati nilikuwa kwa mabeshte sijui nini. If I went for event, I'll go for event and go back home. Lakini story ya kuzungushana na mabeshte, ladies, be so careful with these lady friends. A lot of ladies who have been hurt, they're getting hurt by friends, close friends. She's my BFF. You have 10 friends. Our 10 friends, they are struggling. You're the best one in the group. You're the one who's making it in all aspects. And then you think that they're going to be happy for you. The only person who is going to be happy for you 100% is your mother. And I'm going to tell you without fear or contradiction. Niko na mabeshte. Na mimi nitawaambia. I like spending my time. Mimi nakuanga nikiongea, but I'm not this kind of a person mwenye utapatanga na watu na friends jujui nini party after party kwangu na mabeshte. I don't do that because I know kikulacho kinakuanga kwa nguo yako. Uwezi kuwa na chawa inatembea chini na kuuma. It is going to be in your clothes. So be careful. Learn from this story. I've seen a lot of people who have been brought down by their friends. My friend is the cause of my poverty. My friend is the cause of my everything I'm going through. Others have even killed their friends for their husbands, for their jobs, for their promotions. Wale watu mnasikia wanauawa na watu, wanasaritiwa na mabeshte wao, their friends. Look at this lady. Now she has money and she's blaming the friends now. But what can she do? And it's so unfortunate because maybe she's ready to go back to the husband, but the husband moved on, because you cannot understand the kind of mistreatment that she gave to the husband in the name of I'm living. Now anamtaka, bwana ameenda. Sasa, my ladies, I want to tell you something. This 2024, uko 30 years, uko na marafiki watano, wakazi gani? You are 30 years, you have 10 friends. Now 10 friends, hakuna kitu ya maana wanakuambianga. There is no investment munaongea, there is no self-development munaongea, there is no career development, there is no academic development, yet you have 10 friends. Wewe unajikosea at 30. Make your husband your best friend. Your husband should be your best friend. Lakini sasa kwa sababu unataka watu wakuseme venye, hey, Jano anakuanga roho juu, Hakuna kenye bwanake anaweza mwambia. Chano anakuanga roho juu, hawezi bembeleza bwanake. At the end of the day, you are the one who is single with your children. Other people are getting married. And then you want to do this at reverse. Unataka kupiga gear at reverse, urudi kwa bwana. And then ukirudi kwa bwana pia amekungoja. Because of anataka kurevenge. It is not going to be the same again. Even if you go back to their husband, it is not going to be the same again. So this peer pressure inafaa iache high school. Peer pressure should be left in high school. Anything above that, you're just being stupid. Because about these people are going to mislead you, and at the end of the day, you cannot redo a lot of things that you've messed up in your life. Tumeona wasichana wanalia, my friend did this to me. My friend did this to my children. Baby shower, watu wanarogana every other day. Oh, sijui nini friends alini betray. You people learn to have a small circle. Hata si lazima ukuwe na hiyo circle, but if you have to have it, learn to have a small circle. Venye unazeeka ndio unapunguza, una drop marafiki. Hope you are together.
If you hurt a good guy, he will never look at you again. He will never even think about you again. It takes a lot for a guy to break up with you. Men don't like to break up with women. Men like to keep women around, and a lot of men will keep a woman to a certain distance to where he can tolerate her, but he won't effectively let her go. A lot of times men will let go of a relationship because of their actions. They'll mess up, they'll start to care less, and it'll often cause the woman to break up with them. The majority of breakups are women breaking up with men. But when a man comes to you and sits you down and says, hey, I don't want to continue this anymore, and he breaks up with you, that is a red flag. That is a 911 emergency. That is something that is typically going wrong, more so with you. I'm not saying it's every situation, but men don't break up with women like that. So when you hurt a good man, not only are you doing him a favor by helping him find somebody better, but you're also going to haunt yourself for the future, because that karma will come back. And when you're unable to find a guy that takes you seriously and you want to go back to him, oftentimes you'll find him not even knowing your name, not even having your number saved, and completely moved on and giving everything that you wanted to another girl that probably deserves it.
Once you catch a female narcissist cheating, she will never trust you again. Let me explain. When she cheats, she becomes hyper aware of what you may pick up on her behaviors. She will project this insecurity onto you, accusing you of cheating and never trusting you again, even though, of course, she's the one that cheated. Because let's be honest, the reason that the narcissist you were with is your ex is because she is everybody's ex. She can't be with anyone permanently because of her narcissistic tendencies and insatiable fucking need for a supply. When she is in a committed relationship, she acts single. She'll give you big promises and false hopes. She doesn't believe in commitments, and she is not loyal to you. She doesn't care about the sacrifices that you might have made to be with her or the efforts that you put in to make her comfortable. In fact, she thinks you owe it to her. She feels entitled to everything that she's given, and at the same time, she wants you to be okay with all of her manipulation and cheating. As the saying goes, no one's as single as a married narcissist.
Women are jealous of men, and women are jealous of the simplicity of a man. Women will openly acknowledge that when they met their significant other, he lived with an Xbox, a TV, and a sofa, and he was happy and content. But they fail to realize how much they upgraded the lives of their wives by the bigger car, the bigger house. And it's almost like these women have a sense of entitlement, because if it were up to the men, they'd keep that same sofa, that same TV, and keep a simple life, which is why it's fucked up. So women can openly acknowledge that it came from nothing, but they very rarely appreciate everything that they have. These women will actually get frustrated at how simple their husbands are because they just don't understand it. Men can rotate the same 3 t-shirts for 3 months in a row and not give a shit. They can wear the same pair of jeans every other day and not give a shit. Men have lifelong friendships without any drama because they don't give a shit. Women, on the other hand, are constantly comparing themselves to other women, and they oftentimes put their happiness in the hands of their husbands or their spouses. And when their husbands fall short, now he's a piece of shit. But the reality is that comparison is the thief of joy. And because these women are so unfulfilled and they're looking to their husbands to fulfill every single need, they can't understand why the men in their lives don't need more. And you just can't convince me that women aren't jealous of the fact that men are happy with the bare minimum, because women are constantly chasing this idea of happiness based on other people, and men just don't do that. Okay, bye.
When you think you have kids?
I'm not having kids.
What you mean you're not having kids?
I'm not having kids.
That's what you was born here to do.
No, I'm not.
Why would you not want to have kids?
Why would I?
I'm asking you.
I want to have kids. I don't see any benefit.
For giving somebody life?
You have a kid and your life becomes about the kid. I want my life to be about me.
Oh, you selfish.
That's okay.
All right. Well, I think you can say at least Amani Wortham is honest. She's admitting to the fact that she is selfish and she wants her life to be about her. Now, if you look at the comments under this post, people are applauding her. They're saying, yay, absolutely, good for you. And by the way, I don't want to say to some woman who is this selfish, is admittedly selfish, that she should have children, even though obviously I believe the gentleman is right. I believe that having children is our divine purpose as women. I don't think there's anything that you can get from life that is not going to bring you more satisfaction and completion than having a child. But again, not going to encourage someone like her to have children. But that's not all Amani has to say. She also holds a very derogatory view of men. Take a listen.
What do you look for in a man?
I don't look for anything in a man. I don't look for a man.
I mean, when you meet a man, you talk to him.
I don't look for nothing in a man.
So what's happening here? Now it sounds like it's not only children that she doesn't want, but she doesn't even want to have a meaningful relationship. She holds a bad view of men altogether. We've seen this before. You know, me and Matt Walsh last week, obviously I read him Megan Fox's poem book, another person who I think would qualify as a millennial. And she had that poem, just 7 lines of saying, I hate men, I hate men, I hate men, I hate men. That's the attitude that Amani is expressing in this podcast as well. And it gets worse. Now, just to give you a little bit of background before you see this next clip, rather notoriously, the rapper Cardi B went on an Instagram live and was talking about what she did before she became famous. She used to be a stripper, that's well known, but she also talked about how she would take men home from the strip club and she would drug them and rob them. You know, it's amazing. She admitted to committing the crime of drugging men and then robbing them while they were asleep, taking their wallets, and yet she's still been given tons of awards. Obviously not a very defensible thing for any woman to do, whether you're a stripper or not. But Amani defends her actions, and I want you to take a close listen to why she defends them.
How do you feel about Cardi B?
What about her?
About Cardi B admitting that she
Good for her.
used to...
F*** 'em.
Wait, no, that she used to drug and
F*** 'em.
men?
Good for her.
Good for her?
Good for her. Who gives a f***? They got robbed. They can get that back. They had all the money to buy this. They can buy it again. We're not even going to start comparing getting drugged and robbed for some watches or some money to getting sexually assaulted. I'm never going to be like, oh, we should be talking about Cardi B when it talks about like all the sexual assault going on. She didn't sexually assault them.
Okay, so the perspective that she holds is that it's totally fine for a woman to rob and steal money from men because in the world, men are doing things that are worse. She names another man not related to Cardi B, who she believes committed sexual assault, and therefore that somehow justifies Cardi B doing something that, again, every single person in the world should condemn. What we're actually seeing, and I thought about this a lot in terms of millennials, is that brainwashing works. I am a millennial. Where is this perspective coming from? Why are there so many women that are talking about men and saying that they hate them, that they don't aspire to have a family, that they don't aspire to have any children, that they instead want to focus on themselves? And by the way, when you look at that clip of her, you can see that there is no internal joy coming out of her. This is not a happy woman that is speaking. I know it's supposed to be sold to you as this is INDEPE, independent woman. She's confident as well. No, none of those things are happening. What I'm sensing is actually a deep internal sadness. And again, how did this happen? Well, we are a generation millennial. I think back to my own schooling experience. I think back to why it is that I used to hold the perspective that I should aspire to be a feminist, that I should aspire to climb the corporate ladder, that we do not need men at all in our lives. And fortunately, those perspectives were shattered for me before I could end up like Amani.
This is the problem we have with women. Like, men tend to be better people than us. Yeah, they really do. They tend to, no. They tend to do the right thing. There's a reason we have phrases like a man of his word. Right? Yeah. A woman of her word. Because men will actually stick things out. Women, when shit gets hard, we just leave. And you're proving my point. What was your first answer? My happiness, right? right?
Of course. Everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to be loved.
The family doesn't work when it's about you. It's supposed to be about your kids.
For no reason, though. I know you want to minimize it and pretend it's nothing, but
it is
for
nothing.
something.
Like, do you hear? This is what I mean when women whine and complain. We live in a civilization that was built by men. You used to need a husband to protect you. Now the government pays you to be a single mother. The government pays you to basically be homeless as a chick. The government pays you to have multiple baby fathers. There's so many incentives. You can get paid to go on OnlyFans. You can get paid to do whatever you want. And on top of that, you don't need to live with a guy if you don't want to. We have all the choice we've ever had in human history. And what will women still do? Bitch.
I just
moan.
Guys, I'm almost 30 and I don't have anything to show.
At least you are almost 30. I'm 31. No husband, no kid, no house. Yes, I'm grateful for the job. I managed to buy myself a car, but at this age, it's really scary. Cause age is catching up. I need to have kids, but then with who? Cause the guys you meet, I can't.
Guys, I'm almost 30 and I don't have anything to show for it. I don't have a house, I don't have a car, I don't have a man, I don't have a kid, I don't have $1 million. All I have is me.